Hello, everybody. Excuse my hand there. Some technical issues this morning. I'm just going to check on my computer that I'm going in the right orientation. So give me 1 second. Oh, what is happening? No, hang on 1 sec. Ha, I think I've got it. Okay, sorry about that mix-up. Hi, it's Christine from Christine Stamping Spot. A few technical issues this morning. I'm sorry. I'm still getting used to these Facebook Live videos because I haven't done a lot of them. So thanks for being patient with me. I really appreciate that. So today, Friday, October the 24th, one more week in the month. So I hope you're all doing well. If you're tuning in live or on the replay, let me know who you are and where you're watching from. I'd love to see who's tuning in. That would be awesome. So yeah, hopefully my previous one didn't confuse people too much. I'll have to try to get rid of that post. Okay, so today we are going to do a fun technique. Now, some of you may have done this already. It's called a twisted ribbon technique, and I've seen this, and you know, I'm not even 100% sure if I've done this before, but I thought this is a really cool one that you can do to get some really neat kind of ribbon effects. So I'm just going to switch over my camera and I can explain a little bit better. So just close your eyes for 1 second while I flip this. Okay, I'll put you here. Okay, so I'm going to use the Perfectly Pairs designer paper, probably because I did a class with this last weekend and I love this paper. Now you could use any designer paper, right? But this one I thought, well, let's keep going and I'll try to make a different project using this bundle. So this is the paper. So you have the one pattern on the front, okay, and on the back you've got more neutrals. So this works really, really good for this particular technique. So I'll show you the project we're going to try to make. See if this works. This one. And so you can see how part of the paper is the designer, the more patterned, and the one side is the more neutral sort of side. So like I said, you could do this with any designer paper. Whatever you have in your stash would work, okay? So I'm just gonna double check that my video is going okay here. I think we're okay. So, all right. So let's get started and I'll show you how we're gonna do this. So we are gonna start with the base of Mossy Meadow. Okay, so this is a regular 8.5 by 5.5. You could do it the other orientation, 11 by 4.25 if you wanted. Okay, so I'm just going to set that aside. So now we are going to cut our designer paper. So this is the 12 by 12, and for my purposes, I'm going to cut it in 12-inch strips. You can do it shorter, 6-inch if you wanted. And what we're going to do, I think for this card, the one I did, I needed about 3 strips and they're each cut at 1/2 inch, okay? So I'm going to put this in here and we're going to cut 3 strips at 1/2 inch intervals. I suppose you could do them a little bit wider, but for today, we're just going to stick with how I think I know how to do this technique, okay? So I apologize if we have some mistakes, but I'm going live, so, you know, anything can happen. Like I think last week we had some fun things happen, right? Okay, so I have my 3 strips that are 1/2 inch, and I think that's what these ones are. Let me just double check. Yes, 1/2 inch strips, perfect. All right, so now what we need to do is we have, I don't know if you can see under here, but there's this white panel, okay? Or it's not white, it's actually vanilla. So the layers we're going to use here, the yellow is Darling Duckling. So I should have put little stickers on here, but this is measured at 5.5 by 2.25 across. And so my vanilla layer here, where we're going to mount our strips, is going to be 5.5 by 2. Now to do that, I'm going to show you kind of a trick that I learned from Terry Gaines, who's a demo in the US. So we're going to take a piece of 8.5 by 5.5, okay? Our usual card base size. And what we're going to do is, now I think these are 1/2 inch. Let me just make sure I don't want to mess you guys up. Yes, okay. So on the 5.5 inch side, what we're going to do is score at 1/2 inch all the way across, okay? So just like we did our designer paper, I'm going to put this in and we're going to just score, not cut, okay? So make sure your scoring blade or your cutting blade is out of the way. So you're just going to score at 1/2 inch intervals all the way across, okay? Maybe I should have, well, I'm going to start here and then I'm going to flip my paper just because it's easier for me to do the 1/2 inch and the 1 inch on this side of the trimmer. Okay, so let me flip this. Okay, so we've done 1/2 inch and we've done 1 inch. So now we're going to go to 1.5 here. And then we're going to go to 2. You could use your Simply Score tool as well. That works. And my scoring blade isn't quite, maybe it's time to switch it out. I don't know, we'll see. But it seems to be working okay. I can see the lines, which is the important thing. Do you guys use your scoring board a lot? I seem to just use my my trimmer for the most part. So, all right, and then we'll go to 4.5 here. And to 5. Okay, so let's go to 5. Let's try to get that lined up on the line. And then our last one will be, oh my gosh, I just did it. I used my, oh my gosh. Okay, well, oh, okay. So the trick, oh my God. Okay, so the trick I was going to tell you, pretend this is not sliced, okay? So we only need a 2-inch piece of this. Now, if this wouldn't have been cut, you would have been able to get 4 of these scored line pieces, right? Which you could use one for the project we're doing and save the other 3 for another project. So it's just another way, instead of scoring each 2-inch piece separately, just score one sheet and cut them into the dimensions you want. Now, I'm hoping I have a 2-inch piece here because that's the width that I need. Now I need my scoring blade. Oh my gosh, do you believe I did that? Well, you could still do this. It would just have to be a little bit shorter. Okay, so I'm just going to worry about that later. Okay, so I don't know if you can see these lines. They're quite faint here, but there are score lines every 1/2 inch, if you can see that there in the light. So I know it was going to be a little bit tricky for you to see. So I did one ahead where I just marked it, and that will give you a little bit better visual. And if you wanted to do this yourselves when you're doing this technique, you can certainly do that, because our pencil marks or pen marks will be covered, or will get covered up with our designer paper. Now I am just looking for, and I had it here, my silicone mat, which I do not have here now. I don't know where it disappeared to, so I'm just going to bring out a scrap. Okay, so now we're going to add our ribbon. So So I'm just going to put this on here. I did have my silicone mat and it disappeared. So we're going to now bring in those 3 designer strips that we cut. And we're going to start with the reverse side, okay? So more of our neutral side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my adhesive and I'm going to put adhesive down, I don't know, maybe about 6 to 8 inches. I'm not going to go the whole width or the whole length just now, okay? So then what you're going to do, we're going to start at the top. So we're going to line up this outside edge here. So you're going to start in the corner, okay? It can hang over just a little bit. And you're going to go at an angle down. Our first score line, you're going to go right below that pencil mark, okay? So you're going to go and just angle it like this. Now, let me just make sure I've got this lined up properly here. Sorry, folks. You're going to think, oh my gosh, I am never going to watch her again. She's just full of mistakes. And I think that's because I'm so nervous. I don't do these very often. So thank you for sticking with me. It's going to get better. All right, so then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to trim off as we go. Okay, so I'm going to trim off those ends and trim off this end. All right, so now we're going to go to the next row. So again, I'm going to put some adhesive on my designer paper if I don't have any left. And I'm going to start again underneath this score line and go right down at an angle right there. And you're going to continue this process all the way down. So let's go ahead and do that. And I find it easier, you know, just to trim as you go. I find it makes it a little bit cleaner, and it, you know, I don't have all these ends sticking up. Hi, Kathleen. Hi, Marlene. Thank you for joining me. Okay, so now we're going to keep going. Okay, so using that more neutral side. All right, so let's keep going here. So down here and down just below. You could use liquid glue too if that's something you prefer to use. Okay, so I wish I had my silicone mat. Well, that's really confusing me now. Do you guys ever find that? You had something right in front of your nose and then you can't find it. Like, where did it go? That is so bizarre. Oh, I found it. Oh my gosh. It's right under my card sample. This will be so much better. Oh, okay, that's a relief. Oh, I thought I was losing my mind. Ay, ay. Okay. So let's keep going. We're going to right underneath that mark to across to the other mark. Okay, so you're getting the idea. So we're still on our first strip. Now you could make the width of this vanilla panel as wide or as narrow as you like. Nothing says it has to be 2 inches. It all depends on what you're looking for, right? So do that and do this. All right. And now I have to go to a new strip because we're on our last little bit here. So, oh, you know what I did? Oh my gosh. I started with the pattern side. Okay, well, we're going to switch this up a little bit. Oh my gosh, Christine, what is with your head this morning? Ay, ay, ay. You guys. All right, well, we're just going to do it in reverse. How's that? Do you think we can do that? I think we can. We just won't tell anybody. Oh my gosh. I should have practiced this like 10 times before I came on this morning. I'm doing it the correct way. I just did it in the wrong order. How do you like that? Okay, so now we're going to start with this side. Okay, so that means putting adhesive on this side. All right, how do you like that? Okay. All right, so let's do it in reverse. This might be fun too. I've never done it in reverse, so let's see. Okay, so to do it the other way now, I'm just going to come back to this top one, but we're going to start here on the bottom, okay? So again, we're going to start right at the edge of that score line and go, sorry, I meant to go down here. This one, and we're going to go up to this one. I'm going to hang this over just a little bit more. Okay, here, right there to the bottom of that first score line. There we go. So, here we go. And put some more adhesive on. And we'll go the top of that score line. To here. Now okay. I have really confused myself right now. This is not good. I've made it an X. And that's not what I wanted. This has to come off because I want to cover up these marks, right? Oh my goodness. Okay, so maybe I had it right the first time. Oh my goodness, you guys. Have you done this before? I think I did this wrong. I had this all planned out and now I've messed it up because these lines are throwing me off. Okay, go on the other side and start this. Right there to right there. And then, oh, I think I know what I did. Okay. Oh, okay. That's why this is messing me up, I think. We are going to go here to the top. That's what we're going to do. Like so. And that covers up that mark. Because I didn't use the score line, I didn't color in those lines. Oh my gosh, I apologize, you guys. I was all prepped and something just threw me off this morning. How crazy. Okay, I think I might have it now. Let's see. Okay, so we are going to go just under that and then to the top there, like so. Okay, this is starting to come together better. I'm starting to feel better. Oh my gosh. Okay. Isn't it crazy how nerves can just get the best of us? Oh my gosh. It's when you haven't done something very often. And I know when I first started doing my Mystery Monday videos, and I think Kathleen, you and I had a little talk about this, how nervous I was the very first time. It just took me for a big, big loop. And this morning too, I just kind of felt like that. But now it's, I think something, the more you do, the more comfortable you feel. So maybe in a couple of weeks, I'll have this down. Oh my gosh. It's because the whole world is watching you, or you feel like the whole world is watching you. Okay. All right, so I think we're almost there. And then we can just do some decorating. Okay. I hope this is going to be worth it at the end, honestly. Maybe this is something I might not do very often, now that I'm spooked. Okay. There. We'll do it to there. And then we have to go back and do that top section, right? Okay. Okay, so for this top one, okay, so I'm on my third strip of DSP here. So yeah, for this particular orientation, you do need about, oh, did I do that? I did that again. Okay. Do it on the side. I should just redo this video one day. I think that might be smart after I've practiced it a few more times. Okay, so for the top, we're going to line it up there to the top right corner and trim the rest of that off. And we are done with our strips. Has anybody else confused themselves? Have you ever made a card like this? Oh my gosh, hey? Oh, you just have to laugh. But hey guys, we got through it and we did it. So it proves that even if you think you're messing up, it comes together and it worked. Ta-da! Oh, I'm so happy. So it is reversed from my sample, but I think it's still okay. You still get that twisted ribbon effect, right? Okay, I'm going to practice that a lot more. And then if we ever do this again, it's going to make total sense. Oh, okay. Are you guys still with me? I don't know. You might have tuned out by now because you're thinking, what is she doing? Okay. So now we're going to bring back that Darling Duckling layer that we had. And we're going to put some adhesive back here on our twisted ribbon layer. And then we're just going to lay this on top. So you'll have a little bit of an edge. I'll do this sideways. It's just easier for me to place it down. Okay, so you're going to place this down on here. Oh my goodness. It's not a full moon today, is it? I think I asked that last week. Looks beautiful. Thank you. Oh my God, loving it. Oh, thank you. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Okay, it does look great once it's done. Okay, it's just a matter of getting it to that point. And there we go. So that's on. So now we're going to bring back our card base and we are going to put this here on the left. Okay, so there are probably other videos online that you can watch that might, not be so disjointed like mine was today. However, it's okay. It's okay. It just shows that, like I said, we all make mistakes, but we can work through them and fix them, and it still looks fine. And if I were to give this card to somebody after it's done, they would have no idea what it took to make this card today. But that's okay, because normally they aren't this, they go a lot smoother. All right, so now what I did was I went ahead and I cut 2 circles from the Stylish Shapes dies. So the smaller vanilla, the larger Darling Duckling. So I'm going to put those on top of each other. Okay, and then we're going to add this onto our base with some Stampin' Dimensionals. Oop. Make sure this will stay down. Okay. Thank you, Marty. Yes. Okay, so we're going to put this, I decided to put it just sort of in the center. You could put it towards the bottom, but I'm going to put it here, and you'll still see that twisted ribbon there. And then what I did out of the designer paper, I cut, using the dies from the stamp set, I cut one of the large pears and the leaves. So I'm just going to attach those leaves onto the back of my pear. You can do it straight. I'm going to do mine at a little bit of an angle. And then these are going to go on with some dimensionals as well. Oh, these just fit. These large ones, they just fit inside here. Okay. So we are going to put this on top of our circle. Now this could be fun for like a Christmas card too, this technique, right? You could use some of our beautiful Christmas designer papers. Those would be awesome. All right, so let's put this here like so. And then I also cut out some of these little flowers from that designer paper. It's really amazing, you know, what some of these dies will cut out of the paper. It makes it really fun. I'm just going to tuck these under our pear, just to add a little other pop of color. And I used this is the stamp set, if you guys are wondering, that Perfectly Pairs. It's an online exclusive, and it has some great dies to cut out the large pears, the small ones, the leaves, and it's also a good stamp set too, if you just would like to stamp your images. And there's some little greetings. So for this one, I used hello, and I'm going to pop those. Did I have some minis here? See. Okay, so put these on some dimensionals too, and I stamped this just in Mossy Meadow, and I'll put that here towards the bottom. And then the last thing is to add some of these low profile sparkle dots. These, I just love these. I think they're so nice. Now, how about we add some yellow ones this time, because we kind of reversed our papers. Or you could do some of both, I guess. I'm just going to do 2. And there you go. Oh my gosh, you guys, we did it. We did it. Yay. There you go. How do you like that? It's actually kind of neat to see the reverse pattern of it. I don't know. I think they both turned out okay after all was said and done, right? Okay, I'm just going to try to flip the camera around. There I am. Oh my gosh, we did it, guys. I'm kind of sweating a little bit. Whew. Okay, so thank you for sticking it out with me today. I hope you'll give that a try. I'm sorry. You might have to look at that a few times just to kind of figure out what I did. But like I said, there are other tutorials online that you can watch that might be a little more self-explanatory. But okay, so I'm going to let you guys all go, and I hope you have a great Friday and a great weekend, and we will see you next week. Bye, everybody.